community planning is a diverse field. The type of community planning that I'm most involved in is transportation safety planning. Safety planning involves looking at the roadway networks and how people move across the network, whatever way that they choose to travel, whether it's walking, bicycling, driving, taking transit. There's a lot of safety needs for all of those roadway users. I'm particularly focused on the ways that pedestrians and bicyclists get around their communities and how we can make that safer for them, whether they're traveling on big, busy roads or their neighborhood streets or just trying to cross to get to the grocery store.
My focus area really thinks about land use, so how people are living, working, and playing, and the connections on how they get to those places from a transportation perspective. And I consider Lauren's field much more how the transportation is safe for all users.
Yeah, I would agree. I think one thing that all of our plans have in common is we work really hard to learn from the community about what their needs are. So we have a strong community outreach component to all forms of plans, whether it's safety planning or just any kind of multimodal transportation planning work. It's also fundamental that we combine that with what we know from data. Data-driven analysis is a key part of safety planning, but it really helps inform any type of transportation plan. It helps provide credibility to the recommendations that we'll provide in the plan. And implementation is a big deal. So every plan we work on, our clients want us to be able to tell them that we have strategies and actions that they can implement. So there's a lot more in common, I would say, than there is different.
A huge piece of success for us is, and we spend a lot of time doing this, is making sure that everyone has a seat at the table. So externally, community members, regulatory agencies, anyone that is going to be a user of the plan or facility that we're planning or needs a permit, any type of approval, and then also internally making sure that we have an integrated services approach to ensure we're thinking about innovation and capturing all the different components of a project.
We're working with multiple planning organizations and regions around the state right now on developing transportation safety plans. One in particular that's a few months into the process is with the Capital Area Metropolitan Planning Organization, CAMPO. It's the MPO that serves the Raleigh region. It's not only our home where we live and work, but it's also a place that we know very well from a safety perspective. So one thing that we're doing there is we're working very hard to help engage with leadership and helping them understand what safety is and how to help incorporate that into their work at the local level. Also gives us an opportunity to work with multiple municipalities in the region and just to help understand how we connect it at the regional scale. More locally, we're working in Robeson County. It's a very different place. It's still in North Carolina. It's much more rural than the capital area MPO. It is also a community that has a lot of disinvestment, much poorer community, a lot of needs. And that's why it's really important that we do work in communities like Robeson County. The safety needs are very important and significant. Not any less or more significant than what happens at the regional level, but different, and they each deserve very specific attention.
The other project that we're really excited about, I think both Lauren and me, is the New Bern Area Metropolitan Planning Organization. So we call it the New Bern Area MPO. They have been a client of ours for about 10 years now, and we've been helping them with their transportation plan updates. And this year they have partnered with NCDOT to do their safety plan and their transportation plan simultaneously to really see how they can be interwoven with each other. And they have called on VHB to really document that process and work as a team to think of innovative ways we can ensure that each process is gaining something from the other.
One of the key ways that we can really launch community planning at the forefront is to find ways that we can get some of those recommendations built on the ground today. That for me is one of the key reasons why I work on transportation safety planning, because it's an opportunity to work with a variety of partners to get projects implemented relatively quickly. And a great example of that is working in Robeson County with the community of Lumberton. After we did a pedestrian safety study in Lumberton, we identified some improvements, identified some grant opportunities, and then that project's already underway. Also a great opportunity for integrated services. So after the completion of the safety study and the identification of the grant, our design team is actually developing that project now for construction and final design.
We need to continue to look at community planning as really delivering projects for communities rather than just creating a vision for those communities and helping them with that vision. We need to stay for the long haul and find the money to be able to implement those projects, and also provide them the resources they need. So if they need designers, if they need architects, we can bring those people to the table for those communities.
Together, it really helps show how versatile we are and how much we can contribute to communities in achieving their goals.